Hello, my name is Joshua Fernandez, and today I am solving JavaScript algorithms and data structure projects Roman numeral converter. So basically we have to convert our argument here into a Roman numeral. So I've already created a variable called Roman numeral and an object Roman numeral and set it equal to the properties, the multiples of 1, and I set the properties to the multiples of 1s, the multiples of 10s, the multiples of 100s, and then I have 1,000 here, and their corresponding Roman numeral value. So what I'm going to do is create a variable called string and set it equal to num.toString. Now I'm going to create a variable called Roman and set it equal to empty quotes. This is going to take in all the Roman numeral values. So, and I'll explain this, why we've converted our num into a string. And what we need to do is, in order to solve this problem, the way I solved it is we're gonna break up the number into different components. So if our number is in the hundreds, so for example 798 is in the hundreds, we're gonna break it up into 3 components: 700 plus 90 plus 8. Okay, so that's 3 components: the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So 700, we can look 700 up in this chart, this object chart, and we can add the corresponding Roman numeral, in this case DCC, to our variable Roman. And then we look up 90 and we add the corresponding Roman numeral into our variable Roman. And for the number in the thousands, that's a different scenario. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep adding m's into our variable Roman until the length of Roman is equal to 9, is equal to the 0th index of the number. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's start with the thousands, and then we'll do hundreds, tens, and then ones. So while, and this while loop is going to check if there is indeed 4 numbers. The number is indeed in the thousands. So while num or string dot length is equal to 4, and string in the number in the 0th index is not equal to Roman dot length dot toString. And by the way, the reason why we're converting Roman dot length to a string and we're converting this to a string is because in order to make any of these comparisons, we need to compare a string to a string to a number, or a string to a string. But yeah, so this we can't do, like, if we want to find the length of 97, that's not going to work. We have to find the length of the string 97. So then we're going to continuously add m into our variable Roman until the length of Roman is equal to 9. or whatever is in the 0th index. Let's check to see if this works. So we're gonna return Roman, and as you can see, we have 6 M's. And if we have, okay, now we have 7 M's. Okay, so it works. And so we've taken care of the number in the thousands. So we've taken care of the thousandths place of the number. So now we have to take care of the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. And we're going to just use a for loop. And we're going to iterate through our number, each index in our number. And if we're going to check if I is in the hundredth place, if the I is in the hundredth place, then we take the number, we add 2 zeros to that number, and we look it up in the chart, and then we take the corresponding Roman numeral, add it to our variable Roman. And we do that with the tens, and then we have to check if I is in the ones. And so if string dot length minus I is equal to 3, that's going to check string.length minus I is going to check if I is in the hundreds, right? So for example, let's say I is at index 1, right? So string.length is 4 minus 1 is 3. So I is indeed I is in the hundredths place. And so if I is in the hundredths place, then we're going to Roman plus equal to Roman. So we're gonna add the Roman numeral into our variable Roman. And string I. So that's gonna take the number in the index that we're in the index, and we're gonna add 2 zeros to that number. So plus 0 plus 0. So it's gonna look up 700 in our chart and add that to our variable Roman. Now we just have to repeat this pattern. If string dot length minus I is equal to 2, that's going to check if I is in the tens. Then we're going to add to our variable Roman the Roman numeral. String I plus now only 1 0, right? Because this would be 90. So we take the number, we add 1 0, we look it up in the chart, we add it to our variable Roman. Now we got to do that with the ones. String dot length minus I is equal to 1. Then Roman plus equal to Roman I, like that. Oh, okay, so as you can see, it printed undefined, undefined, undefined to our console. So like it looks like okay, here. So this should be Roman num. So so I accidentally put Roman instead of Roman num, because Roman num would be our object here. So Roman num. Roman is our variable. So as you can see, it works. And because 7,000. So here, let's see if this is accurate. So 7,000. So 7 M's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 700 would be DCC, so DCC, and then 90 would be XC, and then 8 is VIII. So it works. But now, if we have a 0 in the ones place, it's going to return undefined. Because if you look up 0 in our chart, there's nothing there. Or even if we look up 0 in our tens place, there's nothing. It's gonna add like a 0 to the. We don't have a 0 0 in our object as a property. So in order to, we're gonna create a while loop here that checks if the index that we're currently looping through is equal to 0. And if it is, then we're going to increment I by 1. So we want to skip it. So as you can see, we don't have any problems here. And let's say we have 7,000. So it prints out 7 M's to the console, and it's going to skip our zeros. So let's run the test. Cool. It works. So that was JavaScript project Roman numeral. And for our next project, we have JavaScript algorithms and data structure projects, Caesar Cipher. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.